Check. I think we are live. Alright, let me just scroll down. Where's my scroll? Right there. Yo, what's up, dudes? Sitting on the end of Phil's Know Your Gear. I know, I saw that was running. I thought he did it like an hour earlier, but I guess he's running an hour late. What's up, Ron? What's up, Tactical? Everything look and sound okay? What's up, Buzz, Mr. Bissy? R2, R3, Jim, Armando, Kurt, and Jeff and Scott and Mark. All the usuals. Good, man. What's up, Krellbar? Chris? What's up? What's up, Australia? Still have that blue MGI strat? MIJ strat? Yeah, it's actually CIJ, I think. Or is it MIJ? I forget now. Might be CIJ. Looks good, sounds good. Good, that's good to hear. You watching both two monitors? Yeah. What's up, Charlie and Ed? No, you rock. Rick. Blackjack Guitar Nut. What's up, dude? And Daz from Chester, UK. When are we gonna see you rocking a PRS? I've been looking. I can honestly say I've been looking, but nothing yet. It's got to be the right thing. Got to be just right. It will be though when it happens. What guitar am I playing? I'm playing a Vola Aries in this killer Poplar Burl top. I mean, look at that thing. So sick. So sick. Maple neck, ebony fingerboard, mahogany body with the sick Poplar Burl top. Let me see if I can get that in there. It's so killer. I love this guitar. What's up, Blank Palette? What's up, Earth Skills? No, you rock, Peter. Friday night, bro. What's up with that? You know what? I got a thing tomorrow night. And my wife was like, don't forget, Saturday night. I was like, oh, right. So I had to do the live show tonight. Just got the kids out of my room. Yeah, that'll do it. I just hear a little bit of dad rock. Yeah, the Milton Burl top. It's got the I don't know if you can see that, but it's a really sick, like mother of pearl, mother of pearl inlay. Yeah, it's probably just too bright. I have the auto brightness off because if I don't put it off, it like wanders all over the place. Hey, what's up, Terry? What's up, Colton John from Wyoming? Milford? What's up, buddy? Don't forget Saturday night we have to go antiquing, right? No, it's some performance art thing. Should be good. About technology and music. Yeah, the wife trumps the live show, exactly. I don't know how much this is. People ask me that. I gotta say, I don't really know. They don't have a price on the website. It's a bolt-on, so I don't think it's north of 3,000. It's definitely north of $2,000 though. I think it's gonna be like in your like 25 to 2,800 range. But don't quote me on that. I have no idea really. What's up, Jamal? What's up, Frank? Larry? Blank Palette? Lorenz from Alberta? Cowtown Customs, of course. What's up, buddy? Scott asks, will you ever come to Scotland? I'd love to. I almost went when I was in high school, but I never went. William says, it's hot and sticky in Toronto. Yeah, it's hot and sticky here, too. It rained earlier today, and the dew point after that rain, it started out around 72. And after the rain, it was like 76, 77. It's like, oh, so freaking awful. But we got the AC cranked up. We got the central air working. That's huge. That's huge. Plus an extra dehumidifier in the main area, just because that's where the main return duct is. And that dries out all the air in that area, and it goes down through the system, and it helps dry out the whole house. Tim Duke says it's 2,600. Hey, look, I was right on. I'm declaring that a win. I think that's a win right there, don't you? Any Volas in a 24 3/4 inch scale? I have no idea. Sorry. I don't think so. Most of their stuff seems to be the 25.5, but again, don't quote me. What the pick I'm using? Yeah, this is a... I don't know if you can see it. I'm trying to make it so... Yeah, there it is. That's a good shot. Yeah, that's one of the guys from Dawman. It's not the acrylic. It's shred line, I think he calls it. You can hear my condenser emptying out. There's my normal sort of pick. Yeah. And we have multiple colors, of course, because why not? But this is the one I've been using lately. They're hard to lose. Drop it on the rug, I'm like, it's right there. No rain for like 60 days. Yeah, we've been in a little bit of a drought, but then we've had a little run now. Thunderstorms, right? It got humid again, and they bubble up, and so we get the thunderstorms. How does it play? It plays amazing. It's so killer. It's a D-shaped neck. It's my style neck. I have the Blaze too. We could break out the Blaze. It's got the Duncan pickups in it. I think it's the Sentient and the Pegasus set, right? And of course, it's staying in tune a lot better than. So that when the last show I had, which was a couple of weeks ago, these had just shown up like an hour before. And I was like, oh, bust them out. And I took them and I threw them on a couple of guitar stands right next to me. And what I didn't know was that the guy before me had strung it up with, a 10 through like a 56 and was playing in like chugga chugga drop mega chug. And when he went to ship it out, they're like, you can't send it with those strings. And it got switched out to just what feels to me like a set of 10s. So they just put a set of 10s on it and sent it to me, but it had never really even been tuned up. It had really just been set up. So, of course, when I tune it up, the bridge is all way down because the claw is set up. So it took, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes to and I love that you can get right to the claw. See that? Easy claw access. And this is how you want it. You want it level. See that? That's how you want it. You want it level. So you have a level top to the guitar. You have a level plate, right? This base plate, and those should be just level, always perfectly level. And that's going to be, and then you raise and lower your height, however you want your action, but you don't want it pulled up or pulled back. You want it perfectly level. I really do love these picks. They sound killer. You know, it's got a nice little chirp to it. Hey, what's up, MB215? Is Phil just finished? This guitar is killer. I do. I'm getting excited by it. Damn. Unfortunately, they're going back on Monday, so I wanted to. You know what? You know, Flipside Music out in Colorado. He's doing a Volar event. He's a Volar dealer. And they're like, can you send him straight to Flipside Music? Because he wants to do a display with a bunch of Volar guitars, you know. And I was like, sure, not a problem. Yeah, I think it depends. So Volar, I think, comes in two nations of manufacture. USA and Japan. This is Japanese. This is Japanese. What's up, Sean? Great to see you. What's happening? I had to do the show tonight because I got something going on tomorrow. And I still wanted to do the live show. And this guitar is going to go back on Monday. So I was like, damn it, I'm squeezing in a live show. Guitar Hack, what's up, Canuck? What's up, Mitch? Staying in a lot better tune. Wagyu says, any idea which factory makes a Pixie? I do. I don't know if I can say. Let's just say it's a really good factory with a really good reputation. And that's all I'll say. Quality on this is just through the roof. Does sound amazing, doesn't it? No, it's TH3. PRS, oh, PRS question mark. Yeah, we're still looking, we're still in the hunt. We're still looking for PRS, but it's got to be the right one. So there's been a few interesting ones that have shown up right through online markets, and I've been watching them. I have been watching the markets, and there was like a 10 top, a custom 24 that I got to say was pretty damn gorgeous. And wasn't super cheap, but it wasn't super expensive. You know, it was something that they had up for like $2,200, and they dropped it down to $1,700. So now it's very, very competitively priced. But it went pretty quickly, and I wasn't really prepared to buy. Then there's another one for a little bit less than that, for $1,600. A McCarty, solid rosewood neck, right? So a little bit different accoutrements to your normal McCarty. And that one they wanted, you know, $15.99. The problem was is that it sold very quickly, and then got returned pretty quickly. And then it sold again really quickly, and then it got returned again very quickly. And you have to say to yourself, are you going to be the third guy who buys that guitar and returns it? Right? Take a hint. Something's up. Something's up. So that guitar went from being very interesting to having a little stank, a little return stank on it. It showed up all over like 2 different places in the United States. After it shipped from one place to another, the guy was like, no. And then it got listed again, and then now it's shipped, and now it's in another part of the United States, because obviously it shipped it again, and then it got returned again. So that one sort of, you know, lost its appeal. We got a few people here. What's up, Charles? What's up, Todd? What's up, Bruce? David? 1,700 American, that's like 80,000 Canadian, yeah. Yeah. Except when my parents sold my grandfather's house, at that time, the dollar was so weak and the Canadian dollar was so strong, it got to the point where, you know, we really, I think they got a little burned. This is a 12, what guitar is the flattest neck? Well, this is a 12-inch radius, I'm pretty sure. 90% sure this is a 12-inch radius. So, pretty shreddy. That's your Charvel. You know, I think most Gibbies are 12, right? A lot of the compound radiuses start at 12 and end at 14 or end at 20. So 12's a good one. What's up, Merrimack, Mass? What's up, Ricky? What's up, Rick and Ricky and Sal? Satchel played an ESP Les Paul last gig? What? Get out of town. I thought he was with Charvel. What's up, Whip? What's up, buddy? What's up, Avron? Arvon? I think I reversed it at first. Hey, Steve, who made the pickups for the 89 to 92 RG 500 series? I never could find out. I'm going to say, well, it was definitely either, I don't think Ibanez made them. I don't think they were in-house. I'm going to guess Godo. But it was a Japanese manufacturer that made those pickups were made by a Japanese manufacturer. When you get to the 7 series, right, and I'm talking RGs, right, so RG 5 series, they're Japanese. 7 series, they're IBZ USA, and those are made by DiMarzio. if you're talking the 5 series, like the 540 and like the S series or the R series, those are also DiMarzio IBZ USAs. I don't know what if they had a low end Radius or Saber back then. I don't think so. Hey, what's up, Wade? Hey, Stephen E. Queensryche. Not at the top of my head. Yeah, Queensryche was a band that came out right at the tail end of when I was into metal. I want to say they were really huge in what, like 90, 91, 92, somewhere around there. When was Silent Lucidity? And don't tell me like 88. That's going to bum me out. Or 87. I'm going to be like, wow, that really, really seems not that old. Is that an upside down CFL bulb? Yeah, that's one of the, right here, that's one of the bulbs I use. In fact, I got one going right now, but it's behind an umbrella. You can sort of see it in the, oh, there it is. See it? There's the umbrella. Yeah, they're, you know why? Because they're, hey, what's up, Justin? Thanks, buddy. Thanks, bud. They're cool, right? People used to use these hot, like, halogen lamps, and they put out crazy amounts of heat, and they'd burn you. They were insane. All those old cans and stuff. And LED isn't good. I think CFL is the best, I think. They're a little blue, but you just correct for it. I look pretty good in this shot, I think. Very color corrected. I think Satchel forgot his Charvello was stolen. Wow. Yeah, binding binding on the headstock. A Godot tuners, Godot Floyd Rose license tremolo. And then on the 5-way switch, down is this pickup. Second position is just this coil here, the inner bridge coil, the slug coil. And then in the middle, it's these two inner slug coils. It's not all 4 bobbins on at the same time. It's just these two. And then here, it's just this coil, the slug coil again. And then here, it's this humbucker. So it's, Jesus. Jazz. You know, we need a sound. Let's find a sound. I'm thinking of something green, like a hunter green. Here we go. This actually might be more of a tad blue. It's the bluesiest shred guitar ever. And then, what a difference, right? Versus, and that's the middle position. Here's the 4 position. That's single coil. And then here it is, the neck. Anyway, where's my coffee? I have a coffee and a water. I'm prepared. I am prepared. Oh, man. Do, 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 do. You like the 4 position? Yeah. God, if I had a nickel for every time I heard that. Konami Tono rules. Okay. I'm going to trust you on that one. Thanks, CK, buddy. That's super helpful. Steve, you should have a shred off with Robert Baker. I would, but he'd probably kick my ass, that kid. God, whippersnapper. I'll have a rake off. Damn, that sounds good. Oh, yeah, Tovoli, you lost the guitar. All right. I'm going to need all you guys to vouch for me. Yeah, man. What's up, Jeva Bayou 51? He's awesome, but not so bad. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm trying. I'm 47 years in on it. What did your wife say about all the money that guy donated your last show? That was a little weird. You know, that did not show up like in the normal time, and I guess it just takes longer because it was a larger amount. That only showed up, like officially appeared yesterday. Imagine that. Took that long before they were like, okay, that's like actually like done and cleared and showed up. Before that, it was all like, what the hell happened? I almost thought that maybe, you know, it looks like it goes through, but then it doesn't for whatever reason. But it went through. It did happen. It did go through. She was like, yeah, get him on there every show. I'll hear it. You're 51? I'm 52. But I've been playing for 46 years? 46 years. There's your culprit right there. Am I pushing it out? Hey, what's up, Cheddar, buddy? Buzz! Tremdale's Guitar Show Travel Fund. You got it, buddy. You keep throwing those 10 spots up. Beer's on me next time. Really on you, but you know how it works. That's how the economy works. Yeah, crowbar. What amp are you using right now? I am using the TH3. TH3 Contemporary Blues 2, which is, this is a patch I came up with to be a little bit more dynamically responsive. It had to be more dynamical, because some of the real high gain amps, they compress too much. So what the hell is this thing? Okay, all right, here it is. It's a Tube 9. Any guesses on what that is? It's green with black knobs. The Tube 9 going in. So, and that's going into a DV mark. So, if I... That's with the T9 off, or a Tube 9 on. I'm on a phone, so I can't make this exactly 1594. Thanks, Schecter. So there it is with the Tube Screamer off. And here it is with the Tube Screamer back on. Your video of the Chips and Les Paul with the Seymour Duncan Blackout is one of my all-time favorites. Yeah, that thing was cooking that day. I was getting a good sound out of it. You know, those pickups, though, I got to warn you, you know, I almost feel a little guilty about that video because as much as I love Duncan, these are Duncans right now. I get Duncans. I would say the pickup I probably have most is Duncan, like in my gear. That's Duncans. Those are DiMarzios, but those are Duncans. Those are Duncans. I get Duncans everywhere. But those, the blackouts are killer, but that blackout metal, I swear to God, it's just too hot. It is so freaking hot. It's ridiculously, retardedly hot. I would not recommend the blackout metal. Get the blackout. It's a much easier pickup to work with. Much closer to an EMG in terms of output. Not bad for a that's not a metal badge. Someone asked what you think of Jackson guitars and why don't we see you playing them. Well, there's only really one Jackson that really I want, and that's the Soloist, and I want to say it's the someone with the single double. Is that the Soloist 1, SL1? Hey, thanks, CK. Epiphone LP Studio, Celdos. I'm thinking about getting a DC Custom. I would defer to the chat group for what an LP Studio would sell for. That I wouldn't know. Thinking about getting a DC Custom, yeah. I wouldn't know. I find the best way to find out what something's worth is to go to eBay, look up your exact model, and then see if you can find any completed sold items. Or go to Guitar Center Used online and see what they got them up selling for. Because they tend to have a lot of guitars. You go to markets where there's a ton. Reverb, same way. Big market, ton of guitars. You can get an idea of what they're selling for, what people are asking for them, and what they're actually selling for, which is very often a gap. I wish I had more information for you, buddy. Let me just check this. Do. Well, that's spot on. There's your culprit right there. Just a little flat. Come on. You're fine. You're fine. See, when one's out and the rest are fine, that's perfect. And they were all fine except for A. Just takes one. Such a great riff. Eddie with the dynamics, you know, letting that build up and climb. Any experience with Strandberg, Steve? Yeah, when I was at, I'll be honest, I had heard about Strandberg, but I didn't see one. I mean, I kind of saw them, but I didn't put it together. I've always confused maybe the Strandberg headless with the Kiesels, right? So there's a lot of crossover there, you know, in terms of look. So I didn't realize that Strandberg had that ridiculous neck like that crazy, chunky, square back neck that like takes a dive down to one corner. It's just like this weird like shelf. But I finally saw one when I went out to Toman, and I was like, well, this is odd. At first you're like, what? This is crazy. This is stupid. But after a while you're like, oh my God, I really kind of like this. You really sort of get used to it. It's such its own instrument, you know? And, you know, we could talk about it a little bit. It seems to me like, even though they're, you know, a guitar that's north of $2,000 to like $2,300, they're made by Court in Indonesia. And they don't, you know, hide that fact. I think it says, like, right on their website, these guitars are built by Court. So, you know, you are getting a Court guitar, you know, that's built to a very high-end spec. And I'm sure Court makes nice stuff, but I think that would, for some people, it would rub them, you know, the wrong way to have to drop $2,300 on the guitar and it wouldn't be made in the U.S. or made in Germany or made in Japan, or even, you're running out of places where people would pay that kind of money, I think. Yeah, Green Meanie, right. It's supposed to keep your hand in perfect position, right? It's like the weirdest thing. You can buy a knockoff on, sorry about that. You can buy a knockoff on Amazon for $2.99 with a round neck. And they put the jack where one of the leg spots is. So, like, one of the leg, you know, it has that funky on the bottom, the different wells, right? So you can hold it like this, you can hold it like that, you can hold it like this, right? It has all these different crazy ways you can hold the guitar. It has all these, like, little spots on it for leg position. On the copies, like, they put the jack right there. So, not quite very functional. Sounds good, huh? I just ordered some Chinese Alnico 02 eBay. Oh, sounds good. I think I like Alnico better than ceramic, that's for sure. Although some people swear for ceramic in certain things. My first RG had weight around. I just got a 470 MIJ for $149 off Guitar Center used. That's pretty good. Anything MIJ for $149, you got a good deal. You really did. Because the MIJ, as long as it's MIJ, 470 is an odd bird. Couple years MIJ, couple years MIK. I think the MIK ones have the low pro, and the regulars, the MIJs are standard edge, regular edge. Get the Gibsons out. Nah, Gibsons are all away. By design. They're just taking up space. Dual heavy rig, please. Yeah. Done with these? Get dual heavy rig. Maybe we'll try. What can we try? Dual stadium rig. Double lead. Yeah. A little modern clean. Just got a Kiesel Jason Becker off a Reverb for $7.99. Racing Green. That's killer. That's a killer deal. That's a killer deal. That's one brand you can really score for short money. You know, made in USA guitar on the used market. Just got to bide your time, but they show up. They come up. Find out how to get better tone out of the other Vol. Well, the other Vol is a very different beast. Yeah, and it did take me a second to figure out the tone on it. You gotta remember, when I got it, it wasn't set up correctly at all. Again, the guy had it in like drop Mega Z, and you know, he had like a, you know, big set of telephone cables on there, and so it needed a setup. It needed a setup, but I did. I mean, again, it does not take that long. It had a brand new set of strings on it. I just had to get it up to the pitch I wanted, and then work the claws until I got a nice flat platform, and then you just set your height, and then you're good to go. White guitar over my shoulder. Let me see here. That's probably the big tone. Yeah, this one here. This one here. Yeah, that's a very inexpensive guitar. That's a big, giant, you know, Gretsch style, White Falcon-esque guitar that I want to say $299, something like that. Maybe $249, $349 tops. I guess it depends on the exchange rate. This is British hard rock. British American hard rock. So it must be in a Marshall and a Mesa. That's exactly what it is. And I don't know what that is. This is that one. Ooh, chimey. Understood, Peter. Good luck, man. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, how are the Sox doing right now? Which one? The white one? Do you keep asking about playing that one? I gotta get it set up for a video. My interface is Focusrite 18i20. I'm in channel 1. Channel 1. A pick slipping. So hot. Ever try a PRS 509? Yeah, that's like the updated 513, right? Yeah, great guitars, killer. So it's winning 3-0, 3-0 Boston. That's what I like to hear, bro. Especially over the Yankees, because I think they're right below us, and I think they're about, what, 6.5 games back. Let's make it 7.5. Oh yeah, no, that was a beatdown, Sailor Mike. That was a beatdown of epic proportion. The bottom of the 4th. I mean, Jesus. Make the bad man stop. Funny thing is I turned away when we were losing 4-0. I was like, yeah. I came back. We're like, it was like 12 or 14. I was like, ugh. God, I miss some action. I don't think I know any Ugly Kid Joe. God, I love this guitar. Good for bends. I just seen this Strauss surprise. Boyfriend visit. No, I didn't. Was that with Becker? Pierce went deep again. Damn, he's on fire. What do I think of Schecter? I love Schecter. I think they make quality stuff. It's not my particular style of guitar. I'm going to be honest. It's a little more metal than my liking. This is about as metal as I get. Or really even the Blaze X, right? A little weird. But, yeah, no, I think they make quality products. I think Schecter makes a quality product. You know what I like by them? I like the vintage stuff that they make. I really like the Nick Johnson, you know, let's call it S style Schecter, and then the Super Sun Valley Shredders, or Super Sun Valley, or Sun Valley Super Shredder, or some shit like that. But those are pretty damn awesome too. Very fun guitars, and I think they even had a model with a sustainer in it, which just totally kicks ass. Pussy Melter is not a pedal. It's not a pedal. It was a patch. It was a tone print for the delay patch, for the oh god, Flashback 2. Davidas was showing some on my channel today. Oh, that's cool. He's a really good guy. I've met him a couple of times. He and his fiance multiple times at the Winter NAMM, the Summer NAMM, at a Roland Artist event, and he's just a super, super nice guy, and his fiance. I mean, we have a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. That guy is just so talented, so super, super talented. It's funny, I'll tell you a quick funny story. He did what I thought was an original song, and he put the lyrics down in the description of the video. And I'm looking at those lyrics, and I'm like, this is some, really good lyric writing. I'm like, this is, damn good. I was like, wow, I am impressed. But come to find out, it was a Dylan cover. And then it sort of made sense, right? It's like, wow, these are really good lyrics. It's like, yeah, they're Bob Dylan lyrics. It's like, okay, well, there you go. Hey, Steve, what's your favorite guitar for $500 to $750? I would say in the used market, I'd try to get a USA Strat or a Tele. Or I might go with, you could definitely get, $750 might be tough, but if you could squeeze an SG Standard in there, that'd be pretty good. You'd be scoring pretty well. I think the Les Paul Studio, like those Honeyburst and those Gold Top Studios, they're pretty nice little guitars. Pretty good. And then, of course, Ibanez makes a whole bunch of stuff in that mid-price range, and you can get even the premium stuff used for that budget. No problem at all. New, I might want to go with, the... Hey, Delphi Das, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I like the Player series that just came out. Flatter neck, Alnico instead of ceramic, you know, for the pickups. 2-point bridge, 1 extra fret, right? All the stuff from the American standard that's gone now. Hold on, what am I getting here? Just a couple things. Yeah, Daze. I was just saying, man. I love your playing, love your work. So good. So good. And I was having a senior moment. You were like, yeah, we met. And I was like, what? Your fiance showed up and it was like, Pwah! It's like, God, I'm getting old. Damn. Sucks getting old. Hey, what's up, Danvers, Mass? Diamond amps, your thoughts. They're very well-made amps, you know, certainly, without a doubt. You know, I guess I don't know enough about playing them. You know who's real hot right now? And I know I'm sort of beating a dead horse out there. But I like Rev. I was playing through that Rev amp at the NAMM show, the Dynamis, and they had the 100p or the 120p. I think it was the 100p. And God damn, that thing sounded amazing. Just so damn good. And you know who, and again, on the complete other side of the spectrum from that, I've discovered Morgan amps. Where have you been all my life? Morgan amps are killer. They're really, really good amps. I didn't know about them until I went to the Tallman event, and I was like, damn, these amps are killer. Perfect Strangers. I don't think I know Perfect Strangers. I used to know, oh, geez, if I had, I don't think I have it hooked up. But, yeah, I mean, I could try and hook it up, but God, I might screw up the stream because now my music computer and my streaming computer are the same computer. I've been doing that ever since I went to 1080p, so better to not worry about that. But I can play that on keyboard a little bit. I know the beginning in keyboard more than I know it on guitar. What's up, Big Drum Bear? 2112. I'm trying to think if I know that riff off the top of my head. You know, these are riffs that I used to just be able to pluck out when I was a kid. You know, just rip that stuff right out. And you get older and you're like, oh, what was that riff again? That's a... Oh, right. I saw the Perfect Strangers tour too. I saw that concert. I want to say it was at the Providence Civic Center. I saw the Deep Purple Perfect Strangers tour. All right, the Laser DP. Had a big laser show going on. That was good. I was just thinking earlier today. I went to go see Iron Maiden at the Cape Cod Coliseum. It was one of the last shows in the Cape Cod Coliseum. That was the summer of '83. Vince McMahon had already purchased the venue and was using it for wrestling events, but then he wound up selling it to the Christmas tree store, who uses it as a warehouse. So, unfortunately, that venue is no longer, you know, hosting live music. It's seated about, I think at its heyday, if it had seats on the floor, it could seat up to 7,500, but it more likely was a 5,000 seater that night because it was an open floor, and they have restrictions as to how many people can be on the, right, in a general admission venue at one time. Back to Karen Harvard Yard. You love Greta Van Fleet. Is that down one of the dudes at Yo? Yeah, I think it's the guy. I think they sound great. I could see the thing. They seem like late '60s Zepp, right? You know, very mod. And the guy has a voice, but I think his voice is a little bit. I think it's a little more growly than. It's a little more raspy than Robert Plant. Probably said that. What kind of wood is on the front of the guitar? This is. Let me get. I can see it. Say hello to Poplar Burl. It's the wood you never knew you needed, but now you can't live without, right? Poplar Burl. What I like is that they didn't fill the holes. It makes it way rustic, way cool that they didn't fill the holes. I think, excuse me, most people that use Poplar Burl, they fill that stuff in with wood fill to give a nice, you know, flat surface. They didn't do it. It's so easy to play, though. It's a very, very thin neck. Front to rear. It's a D. It's a D shape. Yeah, and the other thing is, David's saying character. Yeah, not only that, but because of the unique, you know, way that Poplar grows, that, you know, you're going to have a unique guitar. No two tops are going to really look the same. It's I would say that, you know, it can kind of be like that with flame maple, but flame maple can actually get pretty uniform. And certainly quilt can be very uniform. You could have two tops that look almost identical with quilt maple because it's very uniform. This is very asymmetrical. You know, the only reason why it looks like this is because they book matched it. And so you get this on the top and this on the bottom. Top and the bottom, they just book match the hell out of it. It is way cool. I think of all the neck profiles, this is my favorite of theirs. But I had Joe Sprunt over here the other day, and he was playing these two guitars. I had him, you know, check them out. He liked the other one better. He's like, no, I like the bigger, rounder neck of this one. And it's not big like it's a Gibson 50s, but it's definitely a much larger than this one. I mean, if you played the two side by side, you'd say, oh, that's a bigger neck without a doubt. And it's not like subtle either. It's noticeable. Is it heavy? It is. It's got some weight to it. It does. In fact, I should throw it on a scale at some point when just to get a little B-roll. Wouldn't hurt to throw it on the scale and get a little B-roll of it getting weighed. It does, because it's mahogany. It's mahogany. Nice volute. Your long-eared volute. That neck that Henry. It's not Henry Rollins thick. He's having an episode. Yeah, I know it sounds French like voila, but it stands for Voice of Life and Arts. You see it? They put that up there just to let people know. Voice of Life and Arts. Voila. Just that Voice of Life and Arts sounds very Japanese. Does it have a volute? It does have a volute. We were just talking about the volute. Right there. Tutti frutti. Big volute. Just like the song. God, I like this guitar. Still have Kramer guitar? Which one? This one? Yeah, right, Crowbar? What's up, Scott? What's up, Johan? Yep, volute. You know, I think we learned something here today. I know, right? It's a shame the Volas have to leave so soon, but business calls. I was but a steward. I was but a temporary steward of their awesomeness. And now they have to go on. But I actually talked with the dude, and he's like, as soon as we get done with the show at Flipside, he goes, I'll send you 2 other Volas, like an Avasti or a Quaint or, you know, something like that. Those are less modern looking like this and more traditional looking, like T-style, but not quite. They do mix it up a little bit. And they have one with like an LED fretboard that's pretty crazy too. Ever try Line 6 Sonic port? Have not. I have tried Sonic drive-through and kind of sucked. Burgers were lame. Tater tots are just okay. Probably their best item was the Chicago dog. Or the pretzel hot dog with bacon, actually. That fingerboard looks smooth as butter. It plays as smooth as butter. And you know what? Don't worry about the lack of dots on the top. The side dots are so prominent. I don't know if you can see them just because the light is so bright. And I might have to bring that. I'd have to bring it down to see it. But they're super contrasty. And so I haven't had a problem. As it's been okay. Give a quick, how'd you get it? So I got, this guitar? The Volas. So they're friends of Robert Baker. And of course I'm friends with Robert Baker. So at the Winter NAMM show, I got there a day early. And I was hanging out in there and sort of talking with those guys. And then I just sort of stopped by the booth a few times and hung out over the course of the show. And, ate a little free pizza. Thanks, Vola. Gotta know where to go for the freebies. And then I tried out a bunch of guitars. And one that caught my eye was one that looked kind of like this, but not this exact one. Again, these are very unique because of the tops. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to check out one of those Volas. They were like, all right, we can send them. But when they're really expensive, they're very often loaners, and that's okay as long as they cover the shipping, which they do. I'm fine with it. So they sent me 2. They sent me this and the Blaze X, and then they sent. I think they're going to send when I send these back. Like I said, a couple of weeks, they'll send me another round, and hopefully I can try out a whole bunch of different ones from the line. And I really love this guitar. I think of their whole line, I gotta say that it's the Aries. That's the neck shape I prefer. They all seem to have about the same frets and the same fret radius. I don't really think there's a big difference there between, like, say, this and the Blaze X. There might be between this and the more vintage style. That I don't know. But between, like, this and the Blaze X, it's like it's almost the same thing. And I like the thinner neck on this. And the necks on this, when I tell you, this is like so buttery smooth. It's like smooth as an android's bottom. It's I really love this guitar. And again, I like that they use the Duncan pickups in it, you know. I think it gives a killer tone. You don't like the paint job? See, I like the paint job. You know what? It's a stain, and because of the wood has different hardness, it absorbs differently in different spots, and I think it gives it a very. That's why there's no two the same, because of the way the stain gets absorbed. See, I really like the paint job. You know, but I get it. It's not for everybody, but I really dig it. I just think it looks so unique. You know? Like, damn, bro. I got the Blaze if we want to switch over to the Blaze. Yeah, I'm doing TNG references. You're damn right. There are 4 lights. Have you heard the new Ghost album? What do you think? I have not. I haven't. I just went through a big Schofield thing. I've been listening to a lot of John Schofield lately. He's such a good player. And there was someone else who I was just listening to. Who was it? It's like, damn, this is pretty good. Might have been the new Satriani album that he did. It Might Get Loud, or whatever that's called. The what the hell was the name of that album? You know that one with those guys, not his regular crew. Bring on the TNG refs. You got it. Should have a separate channel. You teach soundstick techniques. You know, it's all been in the works. This has been a summer of a lot of inner reflection, introspection. So we'll be doing something. Why the only people I know from Boston, loud, drunken Irishmen? Well, there's a lot of people in Boston besides that, but besides, I'm not drunk. Make it so. Every professional rider has his own saddle. Of course. Yeah, and the walls fell, his eyes red. Dumbluck and Chenard. Oh, whatever that was. Dumbluck. The exocomps. He is a Borg! Don't make me pull him out, dude. Shaka when the walls fell. Man, this guitar sounds good. Yeah, Chad Smith on drums and Glenn Hughes on bass. My setup is guitar into interface, and interface straight out to you. No microphones. I was in Boston last month, went to the aquarium. That's cool. Aquarium's cool. A little pricey. But, you know, you got to bring the kids there. That's sort of the place to go. Well, you know, for an eternity. I mean, no, what's the line? 0.123 milliseconds, but, you know, for an Android, that's an eternity. Are you going to buy a Vola? You know, I just might. Where's Sean? Where's Sean? That's the owner of the company. Yeah. I think it should be on my short list, though. People want me to get a PRS, and I have to respect what the fans want. The fans definitely want me to get a PRS, and I appreciate that. So, you know, I gotta keep that. Gotta keep that in perspective before I go crazy by getting a Vola or some other guitar that maybe I bought. What? What? No. Needle in the spoon, what is that? Or that's such a good tune. Oh no, the Vola is fully functional. It's schooled in multiple techniques. It really is. God, I love this guitar. God, I hope it doesn't go missing in transport. Could be a transporter accident. Phasing to where? That's a pluck from one of the movies. Though Smooth as an Android's Bottom, I think, is from the movie too, right? Yeah, right? God, full-on lust. I got Aries lust. From fairy dust to airy dust. It crawled into my brain and laid eggs, and now those eggs are hatching. No Dunkins. Yeah. So there's coils. There is. So not coil tap, right? Let's be accurate with our terminology here. But coil split, right? So there goes my condenser again. It's so humid out. So in the down position, right? Position 1, you got your humbucker. Position 2, you've got only the slug coil, screw coil turned off. It's a single coil. You go in the middle position, you get the 2 slug coils. And I believe it's a humbucker. I'd have to double check. And then when you go to the next one, you're getting just the slug coil from this pickup. And then all the way forward, humbucker. You don't really hear it as much on this particular patch. I did a patch earlier. Check that patch out. That I think it's a simpler patch, but still distorted. That I thought brought the different tones out much better than this patch would. Ron, I should just lick it. I licked it like when you're a kid. Now it's mine. I can actually hear a big difference. Yeah, carve my name in it. Property of Steve. SFB. Yeah, I heard a big difference too, right, Bobby? I mean, it's not just me, right? That's why when people say, you know, all the guitars sound the same, it's like, really? You listening to the sound? I'm hearing a difference. I'm hearing a difference. Time for... Is this time for a new guitar? And switch out to the Blaze, the Blase. Fun with harmonics. I think I'm ready to go blaze. Let's blaze up. You're not going to blaze up in here, wastoid. I got all the quotes tonight. You're not blazing up in here, wastoid. All right, I'm going to mute this. Is it for your protection, for your ears? My back. Again, just the heel on that. Look at that heel. You seeing that heel? You seeing that? You know, the one thing, again, this is made in Japan. The one thing the Japanese, I think, are most famous for are their joining of wood, right? In fact, there's videos out there where they take, like, these two incredibly milled pieces of wood. They're really heavy, and they join them together, and they take, like, one little, like, holding piece of wood that's like a pin, and they hammer it in, and it just like locks together. I mean, you can't even see the seams. It's so well done. They're good with the wood joints. And that's when he realized he didn't plug it in. Why isn't it working? Because you didn't plug it in. But why? All right. Let's just check this out before we even start. I haven't played this one since yesterday. Yeah, good. Looking mostly good. Mostly. It's mostly good. Mostly. It's mostly good at night. Mostly. Game over, man. Game over. Just a little bit. Welcome to the tuning channel. All tuning. All the time. We're just going to tune this G string to an F sharp because we're in E flat. Oh, I think we're ready to rock and roll. Hello, Cleveland. All right, here we go. I am unmuting. Oh, God, it's so glorious. Oh, my God, it's so much. I am pegging. These are so much stronger pickups than those. Hold on. Hold on, social services. It's redlining so bad. Such a killer neck. A little thicker than the other one, but it's a comfy neck. It's a good neck, damn it. Yeah, it does sound better this time, right, Green Meanie? Because what a difference a setup makes when the strings aren't like... See, what happened is because, you see, science has shown that when tension is great on the springs, it'll pull the bridge down and back. And when it does that, it lowers it. And when it does that, the strings hit the fretboard. It was all buzzy. As soon as I picked it up, it was like clank, clank. I was like, oh, God. And I looked back here, and it was all dove back. And I had already tuned up. So, again, that's where you adjust the claws. The claws are your master and overlord. They determine how the tremolo will sit. I tell you, this is a good thumb over neck. You like this paint a lot more? This is that super... You guys, you know how they do this, right? I think I've got it figured out. Right. So the colored parts are below, right, the height of the black parts, right, because they're in the grooves. So what do? You paint the guitar a thick black coat, and then at the very end, you lay a light multicolor coat over it in layers, right, starting with blue at the top and working your way down to the green and the amber, right, and the yellow and orange. And then the whole front of it's like that. And then you take sandpaper or some, abrasive, and you take off steel wool, and you take off the top coat of the color until you're just left with the color down in the pits, right? And it's cool. It's a great idea. I dig it. Sean toasts the slubber. There we go. Really, is Sean here? Because now I can't play, you know that, right? Worst Borg name ever. Do we do a group buy? Yeah, and then you can take turns. Whose house is it going to be over? Now, one thing that I did notice is that matte finish headstock on this one versus the Aries. So the Aries was a nice gloss top, and this is a nice matte top. The old Vola. Again, same thing. It's a mahogany body with a maple neck. Killer neck joint on that, though. Look at that thing. So sweet. Again, has the volute. Ebony fingerboard, bound neck, bound headstock, bound body. But it's their in-house pickups. It's like I think it's the VC something. Don't quote me on that. It's the VC. It's the all new VC something somethings. It does sound killer to me. Right? Something like that. Up here. I forget it. No, now I'm mixing Purple Haze with it. There we go. Something like that. Sounds good, yeah? I'm not really sure the pickups on it. They're like, they're in-house. Right. It's like, you know, when you go to the restaurant and you go, I'll take the house salad dressing. It's the house dressing. But, you know, what's cool is they have this, the three-way switch, right? So there's series. There's parallel, a little thinner. And that's single coil. Is America the only place that can't import Ebony? We can import Ebony. Just ask Fender. That's on their Elite series. Ask Martin, right? They use Ebony all the time. Ask Carvin. Kiesel. They use Ebony all the time. We get Ebony. I'm Zach Wild in it tonight. I think this guitar. Can he play a note without squealing it? God, it's annoying. You imagine how fast data could shred, right? It would be perfect. Oh, man. It's just the expensive viola guitars like the brand Robert Baker plays sometimes. Does it light up? Well, that is... so, Vola has a couple of lines, right? So, this is a Japanese line. So, these are more in your mid-2000s to mid-3000s range. But then they make a USA line, and I think that's more like mid-4000s to mid-5000s. So it really depends on the line you're getting. And I think the one with the LEDs is like one of their top-of-the-line ones, so it's probably kind of pricey, you know. Once you throw LEDs in something, right? That's a G right there. Yeah, Lore would play cooler stuff, right? You know Lore would be into the total hardcore. God. It's great for a Sabbath. Then it says to these hold their value. Well, we don't know yet. They're a pretty new company, right? I don't think they've been around very long. I think they're pretty new, like 2 years. So only time will tell, as Kent Brockman told us. Only time. They are way cool, though. Gotta admit, I'm kind of fanboying on them. Look at that neck heel. Did I mention the neck heel? Jesus. Look at that thing. Wesley Crusher. The best thing about Wesley was they had that episode where they showed what he would look like when he was older, and it's like this total like square-jawed male model, and they were like, "Wow, you're looking good, Wesley," you know. And of course, when he grew up, he looked exactly like he looked when he was a kid. Didn't really change much. How much is a Tony Iommi SG? It depends. Not the Epiphone. Those are pretty reasonable, but I think the custom shop is like $4 grand, right? $39.99. Some such movies. Don't confuse Kent Brockman with Troy McClure. Hey, what's up, Sean? Oh yeah, the live stream quality is good. Good. Glad to hear it. I had to boot the family out. No unauthorized Wi-Fi usage. So get out of here. Get out of here. That's how we say it in Boston. We go, get out of here. Thanks for hanging out, 66 Flying V. Hey, what's up, Fessler? Yeah, you like that, Sean? Look at that, Freddie. Look at that thing. They make a good-looking guitar. And again, did I mention the heel joint? Damn. That's a love fest. You like this Vola better? Really? Okay, interesting. So here it is in the neck. And now I can go neck and parallel. That's a more subtle change. Just a tiny bit brighter. And then here it is single coil. You know what? That sound isn't going to cut it. Let's go back to my... Yeah, this is much better. Here we go. Here's the neck pickup. In humbucker. Yeah, Ash Top Sean. There it is in series. It's subtle, but it's definitely a little different with that parallel. It could just be a volume thing. No, that's sharper, right? With more mid-range. And definitely more mid-push there. And then here it is single coil. Oh, wait a second. Oh, there's some pseudo stuff for you. I was hitting the wrong button, so nothing was changing. All right, round two. There it is, series. Damn it. There it is, parallel. Again, series. How much it loses in tone, right? hear the single coil. Single coil, parallel, series. And then here's the neck. Again, it's series. Parallel. And single coil. Oh, glad we got through that. See you, Whip. Enjoy the pizza, buddy. How many axes do I have? I'm not sure. In fact, I was just thinking about that the other day. It's up there. It's probably like over 30. If you count beaters, acoustics, and basses. Get one, Dennis. These are killer guitars, you know. And the color is like crazy, but not being too crazy, right? Like you could play it and you wouldn't feel stupid. And yet it is colorful and unique. And again, much like the Poplar top, just because of the way the grain goes, there are no two the same, right? So I know that like Baker threw up his the other day, and like the lines are very different. They go with different patterns. Yeah, it's very unique, right? So no two guitars are the same. When you buy a one of these or one of those, you're really getting a very unique, unique top, unique guitar. Not so much guitar, really unique top. Thanks for hanging out, Lando. Live feed really sounds great, Steve. You're the man. Oh, thanks, Sean. Cool, man. I trust. Your ears, I trust. You know, running the software direct really does make a difference, you know. Yeah, a little like Stevie Ray. I mean, can I get a Stevie Ray sound out of this? I doubt it. Not really. I mean, close, but... little jazz for you there. Remember, whenever you're off by a half step, jazz. Axe-Fx 3 to check out. So I tell you that Axe-Fx is killing it. I think they sound amazing. I had Joe Sprunt over here the other day, brought his Kemper, which I had never checked out. I mean, I checked out at NAMM, but Sean will tell you, NAMM is like the worst place to check out gear. It's like, it's god-awful. So I have nothing but respect for those. I wish you could afford them. They're just too, they're out of my price range, you know. But yeah, I'd love one Fractal audio. Just saying. Show me some love, bro. Skin of Evil. Oh, that's a good one, right? And Atashi Yar. And which they so cleverly brought back with yesterday's Enterprise. God. Let's try, we want to try like a... That's a little too thin. Meh. I don't know if that's hitting me. What's this? Like a blues room, they're calling it. Fractal really is the best. Yeah, you know, that's... I think that's the general consensus out there. And, you know, whenever I hear that Friedman model, I'm like, that's pretty good. That Friedman model, damn. I've heard a few of their those Axe-Fx models. Baker has one, and it always just sounds amazing. And now that the 3 is out, you know, the 2 Ultra, which is outstanding unit, a fantastic unit. You know, they're getting in cheaper and cheaper just because there's, you know, there's a new kid on the block, and whenever you do that, you know, it drives down prices of the older products. So, you know, maybe, unless Fractal wants to send me one, just saying, throw that out there, Fractal. Just gonna throw that out there. Damn. It's just damn pick. Oh, man. The tone matching feature on the Axe-Fx is worth it for that alone. Really? Is it that good? Because generally, other than Kemper, most of the stuff, like some of the, you know, tone matching, you know, software I've heard out there, is just sort of okay. I find that the better results just going through and starting from scratch and just saying, you know, I want this head and this cab and these mics and reverbs, or picking a patch that you like and tweaking it, you know. That's probably 99% of what I do, is I go through and I mine for patches that are good starting points, and then I just tweak this. Oh, I like this patch, but it's a touch too bright, or the reverb's too high, or it needs a delay. They all need delay. I mean, let's just start with the premise that every patch needs some delay. Yeah, come at me, Fractal. Oh, man. I can dream, can't I? I used the Friedman model and the D13 model exclusively on the CU Storytell. Yeah, see? Yeah, on the Carrie Underwood tour, yeah. You know, they sound damn good. And like Sprunt was saying the other day, he goes, when I show up to a gig, and, you know, this is like a non-rehearsal gig where you're just getting charts and you just got to, you know, go through it. And the sound guy sees me and it's I've got a Kemper. He like lights up. He goes, because I don't have to worry about you going over and going crazy, you know, messing with your amp, and it just sounds good. And he said, you know, when you show up with an Axe Effects or a Kemper, the sound guys are like, thank you, yes, great, awesome, you know. Just because it's, you know, it's very easy to mic up, so to speak. And in the age of in-ears, Steve, how often do you play your Carvin? Not often enough. I've actually have it over there back in its bag again because I was rotating some stock around here. But it's, and I was just thinking of that guitar today. Do you have any Leslie effects like built into this? I'm sure I do. All I have to do is go here and then scroll down. Like, you want one like after everything so that it's a true Leslie, or do you want it like in the front so it's more like you know, like a vibe, like a univibe? Like if I put this over here, that doesn't sound right. Has a weird stereo effect to it, huh? Let me pull that back out again. What's this JC vibrato? Oh, that's crazy. Let's bring that depth down a little bit. I just don't think this is the right patch for it. Hold on, let's pull that back out. Let's go over here to here, and let's just try it with this. Any better? All right, who come up with this depth level for stock? There we go. Thanks for hanging out, Sean, buddy. Really appreciate it. We're going to be finishing up here in about 10 minutes anyway. I can't believe it's 8:49. My God, dude. This night, like, flew by. Is it me? What am I using right now? I'm using TH3 right now. Almost sounded like Robin Trower. See? Stupid autocorrect. Turn it all on and play some YouTube. What's this amp trem? Oh, that's just a straight up. Yeah. Meh. We'll remove. Starts to mask the sound. You know, see when I got rid of those? Yeah, it really sort of came back. All right. All roads always lead back to dual heavy rig. I can't spread it. That's what she said. I guess I have to play it down there. Damn, that sounds good. Why Friday night, not Saturday? I got something going on tomorrow night. My wife was like going, now remember, I know you normally do a live show. Saturday night, we have plans. I'm like, oh, right. I didn't forget. Quickly runs downstairs and promotes the show a day early. My pug is melting in front of a fan beside me. Yeah, it's been hot out there, man. Oh, you know what? Before I forget, I did get a new piece of gear. You guys want to see a little new piece of gear I just got? If I can get it over here without breaking everything. Oh, damn. Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, God. How am I going to do this? It's heavier than I anticipated. That's right. It's got a little bit of weight to it. Oh. All right. Come on. Get over here. You. Oh. I just got one of these. Off of Craigslist. For short money, $60. They're right downtown, right next to where my wife works, so she went over and scored it. But what I'll be able to do is, I don't know if you noticed, but it's got 2 foot switches, 2 rocker expression pedals, and so I should be able to control the TH3 software and finally be able to use the wah-wah pedals and the looper. I can assign the buttons to loopers and to all that stuff, like right within TH3. So, it should be cool. I don't know how old the firmware is, and that makes a huge difference. People are saying I should use Eureka, or I should use Uno, or at the very least just download, not download, but you can buy, I think, off of eBay, like 2.5 versus 2.4 for the firmware, and it makes a big difference. I don't really know. But what I do know, is that that will open up a lot of functionality with TH3. And, that's huge. I've been looking at them for a long time, and I happen to see one brand new in the box, still in the plastic. And they're right in Back Bay, and that's where my wife works. And so she just picked it up one day after work. And I thought $60 was, she goes, should I haggle with them? I go, nope. 60 is A-okay, because they're $149, and usually used are about $90, right? $100, $90, maybe $80. So 60 was way below anyone else. And it was, in the box with I got all the manuals, everything. Basically bought it and never really used it. It's huge. It's pretty big. And I can run it through the Focusrite. So the Focusrite has MIDI in. That'll work as my MIDI function. I should be able to run out of that into the back of the Focusrite and, be able to control TH3. And for once, be able to turn on a wah-wah pedal. And a volume pedal. And like I said, the looper. So, changing patches, I don't really care. I'm not using it live, but... there's no way to work the wah-wah pedal. Where's the wah-wah pedal on this thing? It's that's delay. Fuzz face tube 9. I gotta have one in here. Oh yeah, right there. That's an auto wah though. I don't want the auto wah. I want the real wah. Yeah, it's called the Cry Maybe. All right, so here's the Cry Maybe. So, yeah, I could turn that on. Oh, hold on. Just gotta right click and say remove. No, you don't want to remove now. There we go. Boy, I like the sound of this. So, quick vote. Which one did you like better? Did you like the Aries, or the Blaze? Aries or the Blaze? This is the Aries. This is the Blaze. I tell you, I know I was gushing about that neck, but this neck's actually pretty good too. It is a little bit bigger, but it's really not that big. It's not huge. If you went from an Ibanez Wizard neck to this, it would feel huge. But if you went from a Gibson 50s neck to this, it would feel kind of small. Not small, but it would feel smaller. And I can still get my thumb around it. The Aries, the Army, Burl one, the Blaze. I got some two. I'm seeing seeing 2 for Aries, 1 for Blaze. See another Aries for the dunks, of course. So, 3 Blazes in a row. Oh, 4 Blazes. Hey, another one for the Aries, another one for the Blaze, another one from the Aries, another 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for the Blaze. Oh my God, the Blaze might be running. You Aries people, you better get out there. Aries. You have a bias towards the Blaze? Too many black guitars? Yeah. I'm seeing another Blaze. First Vola sounded better. Okay, that was the Aries. The Burl Ives. The Burl Chives. Chives, right? Because it's green. Come on. That joke was waiting right there for you, dude. All you had to do was pluck it. It's right there. Seeing another Aries. Another Aries. Okay, so I'm seeing someone says the Aries sounds better, the Blaze looks better. Okay, it's a split. Where can you try a Vola guitar? Well, definitely at Flipside in Denver, but you'll have to check their website for their dealers. Other than Flipside, I'm not sure who carries them. I'm seeing more Blaze, Aries, Blaze, 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 Blaze. One for the Johnny. Blaze for sure. Aries with the Blaze pickups. Okay, there's showman. Making a third option. My condenser again. It's a lot of water. We got about 22 grams of water per cubic meter right now. Damn it, Aries people. More Aries. But sir, I am not a merry man. Oh, too funny. Both? All right. Blaze. Another Aries with Blaze pickups. The Blairies. We have no lives finding this fun. I know, right? All right, dudes. Steve, we can buy a really nice guitar for $800 to $1,200. Are these worth it? Yes. They totally, totally are. Did I mention that heel joint? You're not getting that heel joint for 8 to 1200. You blazed in and after Denver. Yeah, see, if you go to Denver, you definitely have to have the blaze. So you have to have a green blaze. Exactly. Assimilate this. He will become a futile maneuver. He will become one with the Borg. All right, guys. I think I'm going to call it a night because my family would like to get released from lockdown. Be able to walk through the front door. So I'm gonna wrap it up. Show went super fast tonight. That's how you know you're having a good time, because I'm not looking at my watch going, oh, it's 7:20. Christ, this is going to be a night. It went really well. So and really fast. So I appreciate everyone that hung out, and especially super duper props to everyone that contributed. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks. We'll do it all again. Maybe I'll have the new Volas by then. Or maybe I'll have a new guitar. Another guitar. All right, I've already said too much. But, yeah, there you go. Awesome hanging out, dudes. No, you rock. You rock. And we'll do it all again in a couple of weeks. And as always, I'm scrolling. I'm scrolling up. 2 hours, 1 minute, and 52, 3, 4 seconds. All right, we're going to wrap this up. All right, dudes, as always, thanks so much for hanging out. And rock on.